Miami Marlins.
Time for the 10th inning show on the home of the Marlins, WQAM. Here's the radio voice of the Marlins, Jack McMullen.
Well, the Fish get a crazy, wonky win over the Los Angeles Dodgers on Wednesday afternoon by a final of 3-2. Jack McMullen and Rod Allen guiding you through this one here. And I guess, Rod, we should start with that final play because the Dodgers were threatening yet again. They send shivers down your spine every single ninth inning. They had a walk-off two-run single from Kyle Tucker on Monday, but then the Marlins, they stranded the tying and go-ahead runs and winning runs on base on Tuesday in the bottom of the ninth. And here, they had the bases loaded after issuing an intentional walk to Shohei Ohtani, but Freddie Freeman just chopped one to the right side of the infield, and Xavier Edwards made quite a heck of a double play by himself.
You know, Freddie Freeman is one of the more professional hitters in our game, and when he comes to the plate with less than 2 outs and a runner on third, you can pretty much book he's going to drive in that run, but he hit into 2 double plays today. The second of which was just a tremendous play by Xavier. I thought when Xavier charged the ball, he was going to come home and get the force out.
Yeah.
That would have still left the bases loaded. They would have not got the double play that way. But what he did was he grabbed the ball, and Ohtani was halfway between first and second. He ran him back to the bag, and then Ohtani never went back to the bag. So he tagged Ohtani, and then he tagged the bag before Freeman got there. Double play, twin killing. Marlins win the series.
Just a crazy play from Xavier Edwards. What an outstanding job. And offensively, the Marlins did just enough against Tyler Glasnow and a pair of solo shots. Esteury Ruiz in what his 4th Marlins at bat. It's a solo homer, but Liam Hicks. We're running out of good things to say about Liam Hicks because we've said all of it at this point. His 7th homer was a no-doubt shot, one of his bigger bombs of the year.
He's had 7 homers now, only 6 last year. And he had 300 plate appearances last year. Only 6 homers, but he went home in the offseason. He developed more power. He got that leg kick back. And when he does make some contact, he's looking to do some damage, not just hit the ball the other way like he did last year. For us to come in here and have the kind of game that we did against Yamamoto, the kind of game we had yesterday against Shohei, and even Glasnow, we chased him after 5 today.
Yep.
So our offense was on point. This entire series could have been a much better series. We'll go home 500, though.
Sandy Alcantara with a quality start in Dodger Stadium. He needed it bad against this team in this place. 6 innings of 2-run baseball, 2 quality starts for Sandy on the road trip. Last thing I want to throw you mentioned Marlins hung tough against Glasnow. He walked 6 guys, Tyler Glasnow.
Oh, my goodness.
This is one of the better arms in Major League Baseball, but here the Marlins look formidable against Yamamoto on Monday. They look good against Ohtani on Tuesday. And they forced Glasnow into 6 misfires today. It just seems like the plan of attack this week was outstanding from Marlin bats.
And one of the things that we talked about coming into the weekend, not the weekend series, but this series, is you cannot let this game speed up on you when you go up against the Dodgers. 50,000 people in the stands every single night. You got a lot of superstars on the other team. Star power as far as the pitching staff is concerned. But our guys stepped up, and they matched them pitch for pitch.
Amazing. Rod Allen,
all right,
catch on the homestand.
Catch you.
All right, Xavier Edwards made the play of the ball game. It was the double play to end the day. It was a 4 unassisted double play to tag Ohtani and tap the bag to beat Freeman to it. And X after the game was standing by with Steven.
X, how would you recap that final play?
A crazy one. We practice stuff like that, input in, 3 depth there. Freddie's not the best runner, so in my mind, we're trying to turn 2 and try to win the game. I was only going 4 if I absolutely had to, and I felt like with the bounce I got and Ohtani not being that far off first, I thought I can get a double play before they touch home, and that's what we did.
Is that where instincts just take over?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought it would be too far of a throw to go to Otto at second. Just kind of instincts. We're trying to win the game, so that's what we're playing to win.
What's going through your mind when Clayton McCullough comes out of the dugout to talk to Calvin?
I think we were trying to tell him what was going on. We knew Freeland was going to bunt. Just trying to tell him to bear down and throw some balls in the zone. He's a good athlete. We got the out, and then the double play ended.
The way this series started to how this ended, can you explain what this team proved over these last 48 hours?
Yeah, we're going to fight. We're going to play. We took 2 out of 3. Arguably could have got the sweep. So, we're playing pretty good baseball. I think there's some things we can still clean up, honestly. But we're playing pretty good baseball, so I think we'll just keep going from here.
Clayton said you guys are close, and I think he's referring to, a really good stretch. You feel the same way?
Yeah, 100%. I think we're right there to kind of reaching what this team can be and our potential. So, yeah, excited for sure.
Thanks for the time, Mike.
Yeah, man.
All right, Jack.
Xavier Edwards, just great stuff from X there. And again, he was the defensive hero of this one in a 3-2 win for the Fish. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll play the highlights here. 10th Inning Show continues next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
John Crook here. And baseball stats can tell you a lot. When your car breaks, you want a company that has all the right stats on your team. CarShield's been in business for over 20 years. That's staying power. They're America's most trusted auto protection. That's reputation. They've sold over 3 million contracts. That's a whole lot of happy drivers. Let CarShield help with costly repairs when an unexpected breakdown happens.
Don't get caught looking. Get a free quote today at carshield.com. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
The Ritz-Carlton Key Biscayne, Miami invites you to discover a new era of coastal luxury following its $100 million transformation, where open-air design and sweeping ocean views create a seamless connection to the sea. Set across 17 acres of pristine beachfront, the resort blends island serenity with the dynamic rhythm of Miami. Experience the calm between the currents of city and sea and reserve at ritzcarlton.com or call 1-800-542-8680.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
This is Anthony Bender, and you're listening to the 10th Inning Show with Jack McMullen on the Marlins Radio Network.
All right, Marlins get a win over the LA Dodgers, 3-2, a wild way to end it. The bases were loaded, but Xavier Edwards, with such a great play defensively, ended the ball game with a double play. How did this one sound? Well, we do want to play you how scoring opened, and it came in the second from Liam Hicks, one of the premier run producers in all of baseball. First pitch from Tyler Glasnow to Liam Hicks. He turns on and hammers high in the air out to right. Liam Hicks leaves no doubts. This is the Liam Hicks coming out party. 2 homers this week in LA. That's number 7 on the year. And he opens scoring on the first pitch of the second. It's 1-0 Fish. Just an amazing job from Liam Hicks. Again, he had 6 homers all of last year. He's got 7 through 29 games this season. He has been the best catcher in baseball, folks, and there is no doubt about that. The Dodgers did end up tying it up an inning later on a sun-aided RBI knock from Alex Call. 0-1. Call, he's underneath that. He pops it up. On the infield dirt, the shortstop Otto is underneath. He can't see it. Now X can't see it, and everybody's safe. Muncy's going to come in and score. Mother Nature gifts the Dodgers a run. Otto Lopez, the shortstop, lost it in the sun. He's got those huge sunglasses, and he just could not identify the baseball. Edwards tried bailing him out at the last moment, and it just dropped on the infield dirt. So it is a sun-aided pop-up RBI single. Muncy in from second and Call aboard at first. We're tied at 1. And then we went to the 5th, and Esteury Ruiz, he again left the yard against Glasnow. Esteury Ruiz drills a ball high in the air out to left. Call is spinning around. He leaps up, and that one is gone. Esteury Ruiz in his 4th at bat as a Marlin homers against his former team. Ruiz with a solo shot, and he gives the Fish the advantage. 2-1, the top of the 5th. Great swing from Esteury Ruiz against the team that he was with all of last year. He played 20 games with the Dodgers a year ago. He just got his World Series ring from a year ago on Monday when the Fish came to town, and Ruiz gave the Marlins a 2-1 lead. But Dalton Rushing tied the game with a hit of his own. 0-2. That one looped into right field, falling quickly. That is in for a base hit, and Dalton Rushing with a bleeder into right field ties the game. Dalton Rushing, he knotted it at 2 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Sandy Alcantara did gut through that end of the 6th inning, and he logged back-to-back quality starts, 6 innings of 2-run baseball for Sandy on Wednesday. In the top of the 8th, a clutch moment from a previous pinch hitter in Javier Sanoja. 0-1. Sanoja reaches for that, loops it into shallow right. That's falling in, and that is a base hit. Edwards will come in to score from second, and the Fish have the lead. It does not have to be hard hit. Sanoja reaches for a pitch, low and away, and he just got enough barrel on it to flick it into shallow right. And the Marlins up on the Dodgers 3-2 in the top of the 8th. That is our final score, but it was a weird way of getting there. Again, the bases were loaded in the bottom of the 9th against Calvin Fauché. The Marlins intentionally walked Shohei Ohtani to load the bases, not give him a chance to win it. So with the tying run at third, the winning run at second, Freddie Freeman came to the plate, and Xavier Edwards made the play of the game. 1-1 to Freeman. That one a chopper, and the second baseman Edwards has got that. He will chase Ohtani back to the bag, and Freeman gets to first. He applied the tag on the first base bag. Ohtani was caught between first and second. It should be a 4 unassisted double play.
Game over.
If X applied the tag on the bag and got Ohtani in between first and second, this game is over.
Ohtani's walking off the field.
All right, the Dodgers are going to challenge this. Ohtani held up. That was a chopper in. Xavier Edwards plucked it. He ran Ohtani back to the bag. He tagged him, and then he tapped his foot on the first base bag, and that is how this ball game is going to end. That's ridiculous.
What a play by X.
They tag Ohtani. Edwards then tags the first base bag before Freeman got there, and it's a 4 unassisted double play on a chopper to Edwards to end this ball game.
You can't make this stuff up. Cannot make it up.
The Fish win this game 3-2. Just a great job by the Marlins there, winning that game 3-2. Again, that challenge came in and it confirmed a 4 unassisted double play from Xavier Edwards. Before we step aside, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Marlins Radio Network.
Marlins baseball on WQAM-FM and HD1 Miramar, WQAM-AM Miami, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
Fish the winners 3-2 over the LA Dodgers. They take the series. It is the first series loss for the Dodgers at home this year, and it's the first time they've lost back-to-back home games this year. When we come back, we'll hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough. 10th Inning Show continues next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Miccosukee Casino and Resort is your place in Miami to live it up and play on. Unleash the excitement of slots, high-stakes bingo, and 24/7 poker action. Indulge in exquisite dining at La Brisa and handcrafted cocktails at Tempt Lounge. Unwind in our elegant rooms and suites as you elevate your entertainment around the clock. And check out our new Little Trail Casino on I-75, exit 49. Rediscover Miccosukee Casino and Resort, voted best casino in Miami. Visit Miccosukee.com for more.
The Ritz-Carlton Key Biscayne, Miami invites you to discover a new era of coastal luxury following its $100 million transformation, where open-air design and sweeping ocean views create a seamless connection to the sea. Set across 17 acres of pristine beachfront, the resort blends island serenity with the dynamic rhythm of Miami. Experience the calm between the currents of city and sea and reserve at ritzcarlton.com or call 1-800-542-8680.
In Miami, we don't drink coffee, we drink cafecito. Our pastries, we call them pastelitos. And when we want a low price, we know you always pay less with your pricito at Doral Volkswagen. Take advantage of a pricito now on all of your favorite new Volkswagen models, like a Tiguan, Jetta, Taos, Atlas, and more. Don't wait. Hurry to Doral Volkswagen today. Don't miss your chance to save on a new Volkswagen with easy financing, fast service, and the best value for your money. Because you always pay less with your pricito at Doral Volkswagen. Visit us at Doral Volkswagen or start shopping for your pricito now at DoralVolkswagen.com. Present any Miami Volkswagen dealer's unexpired new vehicle advertisement for verification. Other Lithia dealerships do not qualify. The competing offer must be available for immediate purchase at the advertised price. The competitor's vehicle must be identically equipped as our in-stock vehicle used for comparison.
This is Tyler Phillips, and you're listening to Marlins on Deck with Steven Strom on the Marlins Radio Network.
To the final score, the Marlins, the victors over the Dodgers. Again, the Fish hand the Dodgers their first home series loss of the year. That comes on April 29th. We'll hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough, in a matter of moments. But before that, let's give you some final scores around Major League Baseball today. 3-1 Cleveland got the win over the Tampa Bay Rays. Drew Rasmussen the winner, the loser. Gavin Williams the winner. And Cade Smith got his 7th save on the year. White Sox beat the Angels 3-2. 5-3, the Mariners got the win in Minneapolis against the Minnesota Twins. The Rangers do blank the Yankees 3-0 in Arlington. Nathan Eovaldi the winner. Elmer Rodriguez in his Major League debut. He is handed the loss. Toronto got a win over Boston 8-1. Brian Bayo was the starter and loser at the Rogers Center in Toronto. Through 7, the only game in action right now, it's 4-3 Cubs over the Padres in San Diego. And then games that are about to get going, the Rockies are in Cincinnati. Cardinals are in Pittsburgh. The Nats are in New York taking on the Mets. Tarek Skubal gets the ball in Atlanta in Tigers Braves at 7:15 Eastern time. The Arizona Diamondbacks are in Milwaukee taking on the Brewers. And then the A's are hosting the Royals. If we have Clayton McCullough, love to hear from him now. If not, we will step aside and we'll hear from Clayton when we come back. Vladimir Lewis-Singh, what you got? We got Clayton McCullough. All right, but again, the Marlins, they do get this win over the Dodgers 3-2. And let's hear from Clayton now.
What did that 9th inning mean and feel to your team?
It was great to, it was pretty intense there in the 9th. And I think Calvin to, buckle down, and after a couple walks and bases loaded to get out of it. I think, Xavier, we talk about him a lot. What a heady player. Came in and was decisive. He knew, you got to get Ohtani first before getting the out at first base. That was his best chance. So a lot of kudos to him for that. And, I think for us to, for it to finish that way and win the series here, have a 500 road trip, I feel good going back to Miami.
What made you go out there in the 9th to talk to Fauché?
It was just more just to slow things down a little bit. Just told Calvin, you got this. You're gonna get this done, and figured good chance that Freeland was going to bunt with what they had coming up behind him. And then if we have a chance for the lead out, Calvin's a good athlete. Take it. If not, Graham, let's just get an out, and we'll live to fight another hitter and see. And then you got Shohei and Freddie coming up. Couldn't have more respect for those two guys, and not an easy decision to load him up for a guy like Freddie, Hall of Fame hitter. I figure that was our best chance to have a shot to win the game.
Is that the first time you've done that in your Marlins tenure?
I think that was the first mound visit that was to take someone out. Yes.
Where'd you learn that from?
I don't know, and just kind of thought it was time to go do that with how the inning had started. A couple of walks just to go out there and look, we're going to be fine. And Calvin, you're the guy to get this done.
How did Sandy set the tone for you today?
Yeah, Sandy was phenomenal. Even the first inning, day games can be tough here with the sun and whatnot. And other than that, all that fell. Sandy threw great, and to get through the 6th there, and leave some guys on the bases, get through 6, start that we needed, from him is the kind that we expect and count on. So for him to kind of match Glasnow on a day where he was very good as well, and pitch us that into that part of the game was great.
Just the early season litmus test, 2-time reigning champions. Just how do you think you guys fared?
I thought we played really good. I played really good baseball in this series, and again, we ran. Saw 3 frontline starting pitchers, and those days are going to be tough. You just try to hang in there as best you can, and Liam continues to do it. Great for Ruiz, I'm sure. To come back here and hit a big home run just makes an impact right away for us. So, I think for our group to have some disappointing losses within this road trip, but to finish the way we did, to come get a couple in a row here and win a series. Everyone will feel good and a chance to enjoy the off day and get ready for a big series with the Phillies.
All 3 close games. What's it like for a manager to go through 3 in a row just like that?
Yeah, I mean, they're fun. I think we play a lot of close games. I mean, we do. I think that's kind of how we're built, is to try to pitch very well. We play good defense and score enough runs. So we played in a lot of those games over the last year plus, and guys have been put in a lot of hot moments. And you hope that continues to pay dividends. You get in those spots and trust your training. And so, yeah, but they're fun. I mean, this is certainly a terrific team over there and a great place to come play. And I think for us, we just came out here and we're like, let's go play our best, be aggressive, and we'll take our shots.
Yes, you spoke about Liam so much this season, but the home run, he gets intentionally walked for the first time in his career. I guess that's a sign of respect that he's starting to get. I mean,
it is. Liam is earning that. I mean, he has really become more than just an on-base kind of good hitter. He's continuing to show slug and the ability to impact. And I mean, Glass is a really good heater, a big extension in velo, and for him to catch it, that was a real homer. Liam just continues to put together not only really good at bats, but I think now he's someone that can impact and that people have to pay attention to going into a game in a series.
It's really so much about his speed, what he did with the legs, but how surprising was it, and also I guess pleasant surprise from the homer like that.
Yeah, don't know if I had that one on my bingo card. There's Glass, but Ruiz, we expect he's going to do some really nice things for us. We do. I think certainly the speed off the bench, the defense at all three positions. Get him inverse left. And today he got an opportunity against Glass, and Ruiz got some bat speed. He's a talented hitter, and that's why we acquired him. We thought there was still a lot more that we could get into. So very happy for him. It's always great, I think, when you just join a team and unfortunate injury in spring, but to then come in and do something right away that that helps get him settled in, and he's going to be a big part of us winning games this season.
Obviously, said pretty petty play by X, but it's something you guys practice so much on those backfields. Just who gets some of the credit for, I guess, the guys being prepared for that, and just also the defense is capable of plays like this consistently, but hasn't lived up to it so far. Just to see stuff like that.
I mean, we do. We play the infield a lot. We play that 3 depth a lot, and I think in order to do that, one thing we said is kind of going back to last year is we need to practice it a lot, and so we do. I mean, Butts in spring training. Him and Carson do a lot of great. Just helping continue to talk to the guys about thinking through scenarios and where the ball is and what you might do. And at the end of the day, the players have to go out there and do it. And X is he's a very heady player, and I love the decisiveness. I mean, Otto today too. I mean, he made a couple really fantastic plays behind Sandy that really helped, the double play behind Nardi. So those two guys have all the confidence in the world when the ball's hit to them. But I think we do. If we're going to do something with regularity like that and put guys in some unique spots, that training it, talking about it is a vital part.
What's the morale of the clubhouse after these last 48 hours?
Yeah, I mean, it does feel great. Like tight wins, again, using a lot of different people contributing to these victories. After a tough one on Sunday, tough one the first night here, and get credit to our guys for hanging in there and putting it behind them, and let's just go, give it our best shot today to try to win. And the last couple of days we were able to come through in some moments and win.
Marlins W 3-2 over the LA Dodgers. We will step aside when we come back. We tie a bow on the 10th inning show here on the Marlins Radio Network.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
Baseball is back, and now you can trade every game on Kalshi. Los Angeles is trading at 32% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out $305 if they regain the title. On Kalshi, you're trading against other people in a live market. No house, no odds makers. And as the odds move, you can buy in or out anytime throughout the postseason. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code GLOVE to get $10 when you trade $10. Kalshi. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
In Miami, wherever there's a Domino's game, you'll always find your abuelito. And whenever you want a low price, you always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Take advantage of a Pricito now on all of your favorite new Kia models, like Sportage, Sorento, Telluride, K5, Soul, and more. Don't wait. Hurry to Doral Kia today. Don't miss your chance to save on a new Kia. with easy financing, fast service, and the best value for your money. Because you always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia or start shopping for your Pricito now at DoralKia.com. Present any Miami Kia dealer's unexpired new vehicle advertisement for verification. Other Lithia dealerships do not qualify. The competing offer must be available for immediate purchase at the advertised price. The competitor's vehicle must be identically equipped as our in-stock vehicle used for comparison.
This is Anthony Bender, and you're listening to the 10th Inning Show with Jack McMullen on the Marlins Radio Network.
Marlins get the win over the Dodgers 3-2. Again, they hand the Dodgers their first back-to-back home losses in 2026. Fish have an off day tomorrow before getting going with the Philadelphia Phillies, a 4-game weekend set that will conclude on Monday. But first pitch on Friday at 7:10 p.m. at Lone Depot Park. Marlins on deck with Steven Strom will begin at 6:30. Huge thank you to Vladimir Lewis Saint in studio with us today. For Steven Strom, for Rod Allen, I'm Jack McMullen saying so long from Dodger Stadium in L.A. Fish get a win over the back-to-back World Series champs 3-2. This has been a presentation of Miami Marlins baseball on the Marlins Radio Network.